Welcome to Top Animal Zone.
In the natural world, we often assume that motherhood comes with care, sacrifice, and unwavering devotion. Across many species, mothers risk their lives to protect and nurture their young. But not every creature follows this emotional blueprint. In fact, in some corners of the animal kingdom, motherhood is shockingly brief, sometimes lasting only a few minutes, or not at all. For certain species, giving birth or laying eggs is where the responsibility ends. No cuddles, no protection, sometimes not even recognition. And yet, these strategies work, shaped by evolution and perfected by survival. In this video, Top Animal Zone brings you 10 of the most surprising examples of animals that defy our expectations of maternal instinct. Top 1. Pandas may be famous for their cuddly appearance and gentle expressions, but behind that adorable look lies a rather heartbreaking truth about their maternal instincts. A female panda usually gives birth to 1 or 2 cubs at a time. However, if she delivers twins, one of the cubs is often abandoned shortly after birth. The reason is simple. A panda mother does not have the physical capacity to care for both cubs simultaneously. Newborn panda cubs are incredibly tiny, each weighing less than 150 grams, about 1/900th the size of their mother, and completely helpless. They require constant warmth, feeding, and protection. The mother must cradle and nurse the cub almost non-stop during the first few weeks. Handling 2 at once is physically overwhelming. As a result, the mother typically chooses the stronger cub to care for, while the weaker one is left to die. In the wild, the survival rate for twin panda cubs is extremely low. In conservation centers, caretakers often intervene by secretly swapping the cubs, giving each time with the mother in turns, so that both can be raised successfully. It's not that panda mothers don't love their babies, but instinct and survival limitations force them to make an impossible choice. Top 2. The rabbit. If you imagine rabbits as gentle, nurturing creatures who lovingly care for their babies like in fairy tales, you might be surprised. In reality, rabbit mothers have one of the most unusual and seemingly neglectful parenting styles in the animal world. After giving birth, a mother rabbit will usually only nurse her babies once or twice a day, and each session lasts just a few minutes before she hops away. This behavior often leads people to believe that the mother has abandoned her litter, but it's actually an evolutionary survival strategy. In the wild, the scent of an adult rabbit can attract predators. By staying away from the nest, the mother reduces the chances of leading danger to her helpless, scentless babies. However, this instinctive behavior can backfire, especially in captivity. Without enough milk or warmth, baby rabbits can easily die from starvation, cold, or stress. As a result, human intervention is often necessary to ensure the survival of the entire litter. In some cases, young or stressed rabbit mothers may even eat their own babies, a shocking yet documented behavior. While this might seem horrifying, it highlights a fascinating truth about nature. Maternal instinct isn't guaranteed, even in the cutest of creatures. Top 3. Koala. In the wild, koalas are known to be attentive and caring mothers. A koala typically gives birth to a single joey, which she nurses and protects inside her pouch for several months. Once the joey grows bigger, it clings to her back and continues to rely on her care. However, this nurturing behavior can be drastically affected when a koala is kept in captivity or exposed to stressful environments. Under stress, whether caused by loud noises, constant human presence, unfamiliar surroundings, or lack of safety, a koala mother may exhibit cold or indifferent behavior toward her young. Some have been observed refusing to nurse, abandoning their joeys in the pouch, or even allowing them to die from neglect. This is especially common if the joey is born weak, premature, or with any deformities. Such cases have been documented in zoos and wildlife sanctuaries around the world. Experts believe that the decline in maternal instincts among captive koalas is closely tied to the disruption of their natural rhythms and environment. This highlights how extremely sensitive koalas are to stress and how difficult it can be to successfully breed and care for them in artificial settings. Intensive care and a carefully controlled environment are crucial to prevent maternal rejection in these cases. Top 4. Fish. Beneath the surface of our oceans, lakes, and rivers, motherhood takes on a starkly different meaning. For most fish, the maternal role is almost non-existent, reduced to a quick act of egg-laying followed by a silent, permanent goodbye. Female fish often lay hundreds or even thousands of eggs across the environment on rocks, plants, or the seabed, and then swim away without ever looking back. There is no guarding, no nurturing, no teaching. The eggs are left exposed, vulnerable to predators, environmental changes, and sometimes even to their own parents, who might eat them if hungry. Yes, some species of fish will consume their own eggs or newborn fry, a behavior known as cannibalism. It's not driven by cruelty, but by instinct, hunger, or stress from overcrowded or poor living conditions. While a few species like cichlids or tilapia may show protective behavior or even mouth brooding, keeping eggs or young in the mouth, these are the rare exceptions. In the vast majority of cases, fish offspring must survive completely on their own from the moment they're born, or be eliminated in the brutal filtering process of natural selection. Fish motherhood, in most cases, is less about care and more about quantity. Lay many, hope a few survive. Top 5. Industrial chickens. In the wild, hens are known for their strong maternal instincts. They carefully build nests, sit on their eggs for weeks without leaving, and fiercely protect their chicks once they hatch. However, in the case of commercially bred chickens, these instincts have been almost entirely erased through generations of selective breeding. To maximize egg production or accelerate meat growth, humans have selectively bred chickens solely for economic traits, not natural behaviors. As a result, many industrial chicken breeds today no longer know how to make nests, don't brood their eggs, and show little to no reaction to the calls of their chicks. Some hens will even trample their eggs or abandon their newly hatched young, displaying no nurturing behavior at all. This lack of maternal instinct isn't a natural failure, it's a consequence of human intervention. Through aggressive genetic selection, we've created animals optimized for efficiency, but at the cost of their ability to perform one of the most basic and instinctual roles in the animal kingdom: motherhood. Industrial chickens serve as a striking example of how far artificial selection can go, not only changing the body, but also stripping away behaviors that once defined their species in the wild. Top 6. Tigers. A mother tiger is one of nature's most iconic symbols of strength and devotion. She seeks out hidden dens to protect her young, nurses them with patience, and spends up to 2 years teaching them how to survive. Her bond with her cubs is forged through silence, shadow, and shared instinct. But when tigers are placed in artificial environments, zoos, breeding programs, or confined reserves, that instinctive script can unravel. There have been numerous reports of tigresses rejecting, harming, or even consuming their own newborns. While this behavior appears shocking, it often stems from extreme stress, sensory overload, and the psychological disconnection caused by captivity. Stripped of natural cues, such as scent trails, environmental stimuli, and territorial autonomy, the tigress may no longer recognize her cubs as part of herself. Sometimes, what looks like cruelty is actually an ancient survival mechanism, misfiring in an unnatural setting. A cub perceived as weak might be abandoned in the wild, but in captivity, confusion, and distress can lead to tragic outcomes, even for healthy offspring. Top 7. Frogs. Frogs are known for their impressive reproductive capacity, but they're notoriously lacking in parental care. After mating, most female frogs lay hundreds or even thousands of eggs in moist environments, ponds, puddles, or on wet leaves, and then leave them behind almost immediately, offering no protection or further involvement. These jelly-like eggs are highly vulnerable. Without any parental defense, they are easy prey for predators like fish, insects, birds, and even other amphibians. If not eaten, the eggs are still at risk of drying out in the sun or being destroyed by environmental changes. Yet the frog parents never return, their role ends the moment the eggs are laid. While there are a few exceptions in the frog world, such as poison dart frogs or Darwin's frogs, which do provide care, they are rare exceptions among over 7,000 known frog species. For the vast majority, the reproductive strategy is simple. Produce as many eggs as possible and hope that a few survive. It's a stark reminder that in nature, not every creature begins life with the warmth or guidance of a parent. For frogs, survival starts with luck and instinct, not maternal care. Top 8. Sharks. Sharks may be apex predators of the ocean, but when it comes to motherhood, they are surprisingly detached, sometimes even brutal. Depending on the species, shark mothers either lay eggs or give live birth. But regardless of the method, once the eggs are laid or the pups are born, the mother immediately swims away, offering no protection, no care, and no further involvement. From the very first moment, baby sharks are entirely on their own. What's more shocking is that the fight for survival can begin even before birth. In some species, such as the sand tiger shark, a phenomenon known as intrauterine cannibalism occurs. The largest and strongest embryo will consume its siblings while still inside the womb. This ruthless competition ensures that only the fittest make it out alive, but it paints a chilling picture of shark-sibling rivalry. This seemingly cold approach isn't due to negligence, it's an evolutionary strategy. Shark pups are born well-developed, with a full set of teeth and strong instincts. They can swim, hunt, and avoid predators from the moment they enter the world. However, the absence of any maternal care places sharks firmly among the animals with the most hands-off approach to parenting. In the world of sharks, it's born ready, or not born at all. Top 9th. Queen ant. Queen ant rules at the center of one of the most complex societies on Earth, producing thousands, sometimes millions, of offspring throughout her life. Yet, the queen ant is no nurturing mother. A single queen ant can produce thousands, even millions of eggs over her lifetime, building an entire colony from scratch. Yet, despite being the biological mother of the entire ant population, she takes no part in raising her offspring. Once the eggs are laid, all responsibility for care, feeding, protection, and organization is handed over to the worker ants, sterile females who dedicate their lives to maintaining the colony. The queen retreats into the heart of the nest, where her sole duty becomes reproduction. She does not feed the young, tend to the eggs, or form any personal bond with her offspring. There is no individual maternal instinct, only a mechanical role in the colony's survival strategy. Unlike animals that show affection or protection toward their young, ant society functions like a superorganism, where the needs of the colony override the needs of the individual. The queen ant's value lies not in emotional care, but in her biological efficiency. In essence, the queen ant is a mother in title and function, but the nurturing part is entirely outsourced to her tireless, selfless workforce. Top 10. Cuckoo. When it comes to extreme examples of animals that completely lack maternal instincts, the cuckoo bird arguably tops the list. Instead of building a nest, laying eggs in a safe place, and nurturing her chicks, the female cuckoo lays her eggs in the nests of other bird species. This behavior is known as brood parasitism, a reproductive strategy where one species relies on another to raise its young. Once the cuckoo lays her egg in a host's nest, she flies off and never looks back. The unsuspecting host bird incubates the foreign egg and raises the chick as if it were her own. But the story takes a darker turn. Cuckoo chicks typically hatch earlier than the host's eggs, and they come with a ruthless instinct. Soon after hatching, the baby cuckoo instinctively pushes the remaining eggs or even newly hatched chicks out of the nest. This ensures it gets all the food and attention from its adoptive parent. Cuckoo mothers never feed, protect, or even meet their own offspring. In the animal kingdom, this is one of the most radical departures from parental care. While it may seem cruel from a human perspective, brood parasitism is a remarkably efficient evolutionary tactic, allowing cuckoos to maximize reproduction without investing in child rearing. As you've seen, not all creatures in nature are built to be nurturing. While we often associate motherhood with care and protection, some species follow a completely different path, one that may seem cold to us, but is perfectly natural in their world. Nature is full of surprises, and what seems strange from a human perspective is often a smart survival strategy. These examples remind us that there's no one-size-fits-all rule in the wild. Thanks for watching Top Animal Zone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We've got more amazing animal stories coming your way.